Hey, what is going on, guys? Hope you're all doing good. We're just, well, we're quite a ways from starting. We still got 42 minutes in free practice. But so far, so good. Stream's holding up, and we're pushing the quality that we should expect for the race. So hopefully everything stays consistent. But if you're watching, welcome. What's up? How's it going? Um, yeah, this is pretty much going to be our evening. Very fun, very excited. And we're kind of hoping for a wet race. Even though it was, for me at least, it was kind of a disaster in the GT3 event last night. So hopefully it goes better for these guys if it is wet. But free practice is looking extremely dry. So track's a little cold, I guess. But everything looking so good. So for the meantime, I'm going to be dipping in and out, at least for free practice, just kind of testing everything, just observing everyone, and we'll get started as soon as a couple minutes before quali, and yeah. So, but anyways, if you guys watch this not live, welcome. This is SimRacing604 from YouTube. Not me, but this is his server. So, again, thanks, Mike, for allowing me to host and stream this. So yeah, this is his server. So if you're not familiar with SimRacing604, check him out on YouTube. He is currently P7 right now. So we'll see what Mike can do. But yeah, so if you're not familiar, this is his server. This is his GT4 league, and if you guys want to join, I can post the link in the chat. So if you want to join the server, maybe join the league if there are available spots, or just join some of the events, or just be in the know, I'll put the link there to the Discord chat, or the Discord server, I'm sorry. But anyways, I'm going to check out here for a sec, and I'll just be alternating drivers, and eventually we'll come back on and start commentating. All right, so things are going pretty good so far. We've had a couple of accidents, but nothing too crazy. Free practice is always interesting. Last time, I think what was more interesting about free practice was just all the errors we were making when it came to the stream. So it's kind of nice that everything's kind of running smoothly at the moment. But so far, so good. I'm looking at some new names this time around, like Harrison Lynn. Either that or he was no-show at Imola. But regardless, he's putting up some fast laps right now. Although it looks like Aiden Benitez has taken provisional pole here. One thing to note is that we will be missing Mazzoni this time around. So if you're not familiar, we had an interesting race at Imola. It was a very close fight with Mazzoni and Daniel Lee, as well as I don't think he's in here right now, and I don't remember his last name. Starts with an R. First name Juan. John Caetano here. Another top 10 contender from Imola. Currently running P3. Some very nice liveries out here. But we're still 29 minutes away from quali. However, it does look like we have a pretty full server. I don't remember if we had 30 to start last time. Currently, we're running at 26, so I think the majority of tonight's participants are in the server. Be cool if there's a way to look at the pit lane. I think there is. Let's go to someone who is in the pit lane. There we go. So it looks like we've got the majority of people on track if we look at the track map here. It'd be pretty cool to see everybody working on their setups, what they're going to run. The weather is somewhat random, so there is a good chance of rain. In last night's GT3 race, it was pretty much raining in all 3 sessions. So these guys might get lucky, or they might get some rain too. It's pretty cool to see Robin Borden here in P2. Last time down Imola, I believe he was stuck in the midfield a bit. Let's go ahead and spectate Mike, the man himself. There he is. P17 currently. And Mike coming in with a new livery. That's pretty cool. I believe he ran a nice McLaren orange last time down Imola. And of course, sporting the 604 number. That's pretty cool. You know, something that's interesting about free practice is it's that, well, obviously there's not a lot of action, but like, it's kind of like I'm like begging for somebody to do something. All right, let's see. We're going to move on to Stath is here. 7/10 up currently on his pace. Best lap, 2:15. He's almost a second up. I believe that might be enough to move him up a couple places. And it does, P10. With a best of 2:14. So he goes up 6 places. All right, look, somebody did something interesting. I respect it. You know what I think this broadcast is missing is a co-commentator. Honestly, I think that would be the one thing that would set this apart. It would definitely toss in a lot of excitement. All right, let's see. Somebody else. Dimitri. He was green there, but it looks like he lost pace. All right, he's picked up 5/10 and he went wide. Stowe was a tricky corner. Pretty nice and tight there through the Vale chicane. Actually, am I getting these right? I don't think so, actually. Or maybe I am. Yeah, that was Vale. Club corner is the one that kind of threw me off there. Going in through the loop. And he went wide. The one that I find tricky is Aintree. It's an interesting name. I might reserve the corner names to just a few of them, though. All right, so Dimitri's back in the pits. Let's go ahead and watch Mr. Knudsen, Thomas Knudsen. Currently about 7/10 up. His best at the moment is a 2:16. It's kind of hard to speculate what place he might move into. And that might have been his outlap. All right, but if that was, here he goes. Past Cops into Maggots. Beckett's. It looks like he's losing speed there through Beckett's. From Chapel into Hanger Straight. Here he goes down to Stowe. It looks like he's just not finding the pace he needs. He might find some pace here through the Vale chicane. Good apex. Definitely using all the track there. Good amount of corner. And, oh, seems like a netcode issue there. He's found 2/10. Now, I believe this one's Abby. Yes, that is Abby. Some of these corner names are kind of tricky. Alright, as he goes through the loop. Out of entry. It sounds like I'm saying entry, but I'm really trying to say entry. Here he goes into Brooklands. Through Love Field. Alright, and can he get a good exit out of here? That's an interesting name, Woodcote. And it looks like he moves up one spot. Ouch. That's gonna that's gonna be fun for everybody else. Thomas there knocking out the 50-meter board. All right, Thomas, we saw it. We know it's you. Don't try to hide it. All right, we're gonna go here and watch Christopher Greer. He's currently 7/10 up on his pace, running P5. If he can keep this up, he might be able to take P4 away from Harrison Lynn. He lost about 5/10 there. As he goes through the loop. He's dropped in pace there. He's only about a 10th up, and it looks like he's lost about 9/10 already from his current pace. All right. We're going to head and go down to P17 to Martin Warmington. He's picking up some speed here, gaining about another 10th. Let's see if he can do something a little different than... I forgot the guy we were watching already. So much for remembering names. Although it looks like Warmington there lost about a 10th. Didn't have a good exit there out of the loop. Gaining some speed there through Brooklands. He picked about 4/10, and he lost it there going a little wide in through Love Field. Might not be enough. His lap stays the same. Pretty consistent, though. Not enough to catch up to Dimitri. We're going to stick with him for another lap. He's 3/10 up there, going through Maggots. Going through Beckett's. He's gained about another 3/10. Losing some speed there out of Chapel. He's currently 2/10 up from his pace. Good apex there through Stowe. He picked up about another 10th. Good apex through the Vale chicane. And he goes a little wide there out of Club Sport. Sorry, Club Corner. They should call it Club Sport, though. And it looks like Martin Warmington, about 9/10 up. Although it seems like he's definitely losing a lot of speed through there. I believe that is Farm. And we have a yellow flag. But it's all right. We're back. Yeah, so that's interesting to see there. I'm noticing kind of the same thing from Martin. As he goes in through Farm, he's carrying about 9/10, similarly to his previous lap when we were last on him. And somehow, when he goes through Village, he's losing almost 8/10, almost pretty much all of it. It's possible that his braking points just aren't probably the best or the most optimal. One thing that I caught on through there is definitely braking at the start of the curb when you're going in to Village, and just trail braking through that apex. Make sure you go a little wide, hit to the right of the track, and then just cut into the loop. Although he is still carrying 2/10 of speed. Or, sorry, in pace. Although I believe this is now a new lap. So let's see, let's try to see if we're able to see what's going on here. Vale chicane. Down through Club Corner. All right, so we're going to go into Helicam here as it goes past Abbey. And I'm curious to see, so right now, he's picking up speed there, about 9/10. As he gets through Farm, he's dropped down to 7/10. All right, he's maintaining that speed. He's picked up a second now as he goes through the loop. Keeping that speed. Can he get a good exit out of Aintree? And he does. He's keeping that second. He's dropped slightly under. He's at 9/10 now. Brooklands gaining about 2/10. Somewhat dropping there through left field. If he can get a good exit, and it looks like he's losing time there. He's dropped significantly, about 6/10. And it looks like he finishes the line at 2/10 higher, but he does move up to P18. Very good oversteer there. So that kind of sucks there for Martin, but you know, it definitely shows he has a lot of pace. He's definitely corrected. And there it is. Not sure what might have happened there. He might have just thrown it away. Might have just decided that was it. Let's go ahead and spectate Cachola. Although while we do that, I do want to keep talking about Martin there for a second. So it's pretty cool to see that he's able to remain consistent, whereas in previous laps, he was having some trouble there through Village. This time, however, he picked up a good amount of speed through Abbey and then maintained that speed through Farm. He definitely picked up about, it looked like his delta was a second up. And then just through left field, it's possible he just could not get back on the power and just lost a lot of time there through just due to braking. As well as he had a car in front, so being a second up, that's a significant amount of time. So I definitely don't think that where he currently sits is reflective of his true pace. All right, so it looks like we are almost at the 10-minute mark, and quali will begin soon. So I'm gonna take a couple minutes here, and hopefully everything stays steady.
Green light. Go, go, go.
All right, guys, and it looks like we are getting underway with quali. Everybody currently right now on their hot laps. It was very interesting to watch Adam Stark there just maintain that provisional pole. Very consistent from him. As we're gonna stick with him as he comes out on his first hot lap. And let's see if he can shoot up straight. It's a provisional pole. Now I just want to do a quick audio test here, right as soon as we get started. All right, so we're on board here with Adam as he hopefully gets a good exit out of left field. And here we go. He's across the line. Maintaining some good speed there through Cops. As he enters Maggots. Into Beckett's. Touching a bit of grass there, a little aggressive. Very tight. Wouldn't expect anything less there from Adam. Using all the track there, exiting through Chapel. Looks like he has a good amount of air in front and behind. Braking nicely there before the curbs through Stowe. Very tight through the apex. Good amount of curb there. Good braking point through the Vale chicane. Nicely through Club Corner. We're definitely seeing a great lap here from Adam as he goes into Abbey. He's picking up a lot of speed and catching up Stepani as they both go through Village. Good apex through Loop. As he's using all the track there, exiting out of Aintree. He's bridging the gap here to Stepani very quickly as they both go into Brooklands. Maintaining a lot of speed. Good amount of braking there through left field. Keeps it on track. Hopefully that wasn't past the track limits there. Here comes Adam across the line into provisional pole. Well done. Fast lap there from Adam Stark with a 2:11.9. And I mean, we watched this guy through free practice. He was consistent, managed to keep a lot of speed. And it looks like Harrison Lynn there with P2. Let's go ahead and jump on over to him. So far, it seems like Stark's biggest competition for this race, it's going to be Harrison Lynn. Harrison Lynn, to my knowledge, a new driver for Silverstone. I don't believe he took part in Imola. So it is our first time spectating Mr. Lynn. But he's definitely putting in a good time there. And it looks like Lamy taking that spot from him. It's definitely going to be an interesting race here. And what is going on here? Oh. Well, you know what? It happens. Sometimes you just got to fix that setup and just get back out there. So he definitely has enough time, and so it'll be good to see him back out. I look for a second there, like if we were spectating Mr. Caetano, who's running 6th in the BMW. I think the camera there just quickly kind of panned to the wrong car. John, one of our fastest drivers through Imola, currently in P6. And from the looks of it, he is overtaking a car that is on a hot lap. It looked like the Porsche let him through, but that is interesting. One of the rules is that you are not allowed to pass, but it almost seemed like the Porsche just gave way, and he just, well, I mean, I don't see why John wouldn't take the opportunity. But yeah, it is interesting. But it didn't look like he was being too aggressive there, overtaking. And as we can see here, that Porsche is definitely giving way. So it looks like John was all right. It was all good. We're gonna stick with John here, and hopefully also spectate Mike, who's running right behind him. So that's kind of interesting. We have John running in P8, and right behind him is Mike, currently in P7. And it looks like they both maintain their positions. Smoley dropping both of them down the place. Smoley's another one of those drivers, very quick, very competitive. And again, both of them get pushed down. John here having a rough time. Looks like John was not able to give himself enough of a gap there with number 65. That is Mr. Smith. Let's go ahead and switch over to him. As we have less than 6 minutes left in quali. And John there goes a little wide. It looks like he might have not had enough room there and just tried to avoid an accident. It's good on him, but sadly that's it for his lap. And I can imagine that was definitely hard being behind Smith here, who's running 22. And here it is, the man himself, Juan Reynoso, putting in the fastest lap at the moment. It looks like he was absent pretty much all throughout free practice. And I was almost thinking he wasn't going to show up, but it looks like it's going to be a good race, guys. We will be missing Mazzoni, this time around. Mazzoni and Reynoso definitely putting in a good battle on track. So it might be cleaner for Reynoso unless Stark has something to say about it. Through the second event at Imola, Stark definitely proved that he was quick, along with Daniel Lee. Ooh, Mike there having a bit of trouble. Seems like Juan might have not had the best exit out of the pits and just gotten in front of Mike and someone else. But you know, that's that's what happens when you're qualifying with 31 drivers. Let's go ahead and look at the map here. It looks like number 16 getting a ton of air. We're going to go ahead and switch to him. Let's see if I could find him. And there he is. Kenny Houghton. Unfortunately, I think he might have gone off track there. He's very much behind pace. He's picking up speed here as he enters Vale. Looks like he's picking about a 10th there. Unfortunately, above him, Stathis is definitely making sure he does not catch up to him. 2/10 up from his pace. Let's go ahead and spectate Stark here. Adam currently 7/10 up. Looking to take that provisional pole away from Juan Reynoso. Good exit there through Aintree. As he comes in hot into Brooklands. Adam definitely making sure he can use all the track. Very consistent driver. Slingshotting right around Love Field as he approaches the start. He's up 8/10. Will this be enough for provisional pole? And it is. Adam taking provisional pole. 2:11.1. Well done, Adam. Let's go ahead and spectate Harrison Lynn, currently running P3. Now, I'm not too familiar with Harrison, but from what I've seen in free practice and in qualifying, he is top tier driver. And we're going to have a very good battle there with the top four. As we have a minute left in qualifying. Harrison, 3/10 up as he goes through Village. Gaining about another 10th there. Good exit out of the loop. Good amount of curve there out of Aintree. He's currently 3/10 up. As he goes through Brooklands. Picking up about another 10th. Keeping it consistent through Love Field. Little wide there. Maintains it on track. And he stays third. However, it looks like he crossed the line right as the timer was going, so he might have enough time to put in another lap here. As he goes through Maggots and into Beckett. A little bit of oversteer. A little bit of grass, but it looks like he keeps it. Harrison Lynn here definitely not wanting to give up. Still fighting for that pole position. As he goes down the hangar straight. It looks like he is almost 6/10 behind his fastest lap. Juan Reynoso currently 3/10 up. As he exits the club corner. Losing about a 10th there. Into Abbey. Definitely picking up speed as he's heading down through farm. Keeping it consistent. Little bit of a lockup there and a slight oversteer. And it looks like he invalidated that lap there. Very good attempt there. But from the looks of it, we have our starting grid there with Stark, P1, Reynoso, P2, Harrison Lynn, P3. And it looks like pretty much everyone else has agreed that that's where their positions will be, except for Greer, still fighting. He's currently a 10th up. It looks like he might have lost that speed through left field, and he stays 6th. So here it is. We're starting grid for tonight's event. It looks like it's going to be a nice dry race. Unfortunately, no rain. Yeah, unfortunately, no rain this time around. I'm sure some of these guys are pretty happy, though. Track temperatures have definitely gone up a ton from free practice. We were running consistently in 28 Cs, and now we're up 41. So let's hope that all these guys adjust accordingly. As we have a minute left until the start of the formation lap. But let's go through the grid here. Stark in P1, followed by Reynoso, P2. These two guys, definitely good competitors. Definitely saw a lot of good racing out of them in Imola. At MP3, we have Harrison Lynn, a newcomer. I'm not too familiar with him, so it'll be fun to see what he can do. Lamy there in P4. I think it's been a stellar comeback from Lamy from what we saw in Imola. He's definitely put in some work there. Definitely got a lot of room away from his brother who's running in 17. Now, I think they're brothers. If they're not, oops, but I've been saying that for 2 races, so if they're not, somebody let me know. Benitez, P5, Greer, P6, Borden, P7. That's pretty similar to what we saw in Imola, I think. These guys are pretty consistent at the top of the midfield. And, you know, from what I saw with Greer there through the last lap, that guy's a fighter. He's definitely going to push, and hopefully we see good racing from those guys. Have a good battle there for 5th and potentially higher. Moving down, Abbas 8th, Moss in 9th. Same thing with Moss. I think he was running somewhere through the middle of the pack through Imola. Definitely had a lot of fans last time, so if you guys are watching and you're Kurt Moss fans, he's currently running P9 there, followed by Smoley. And I believe those guys through Imola had quite similar experience as 5, 6, and 7 currently. Just a lot of tight racing from these guys, similar pace. And then the man himself, Mike Smith, P11, Mr. SimRacing604. It'll be fun to see what Mike can do. Definitely consistent. And I think that's the one thing that he might have above all these guys is just consistency. If he can get, you know, a good clean start, I think Mike is definitely going to jump up the ladder there. Daniel Lee, pretty surprising to see him in P12. He is usually a top 5 contender. So Mike has it out for him. He has Daniel right behind him. Followed by him is Caetano. Same thing, another strong driver. P14 Cachola. And then P15 Mr. Universe, Carlos Close, sorry. Strong drivers. It's kind of interesting to see these guys running somewhat down the midfield. You know, they're very strong, so it just highlights how strong our top 3 are. As we have Corkle 16, Lamy 17, Warmington 18, Berger 19, Dimitri 20, Abbott P21, JW 22, Gray 23, and Stathis 24. As we're getting ready to start here. It's pretty interesting to see these on-track rivalries develop. And it's only been one race so far. But it looks like most of these guys are pretty consistent with each other. So I think we're gonna have a good league this season. When it comes to on-track rivalries, it doesn't look like too many people are jumping across the board inconsistently. As we're spectating Stark here. And as we saw in free practice, Adam, very consistent, very good laps from him, very little mistakes. Same thing in Imola. He's a very strong driver who's very consistent, and having that clean air starting in first, honestly, if there is any sort of accident going through Cops, I definitely think that Adam is just going to get away. If you weren't familiar, last night was our GT3 race, and it was wet, and turn 1 down through the midfield was kind of hairy there. Lots of cars spinning through Maggots and Beckett's. One of the things that was suggested to all the drivers was to make sure they had their entry points and braking points set when going through there, as it's a very dangerous section, especially on lap 1. And that was proven true last night. And we're going to see here if it's true with the GT4s as we get through Love Field. And we're approaching the starting line. Now, one of the things that we did do last time is that we ran the helicam, so we're going to go ahead and keep the tradition alive as we're approaching the line. And I think we're green. Not yet. Wrong line. It's always the wrong line. Here it comes. And we're green. We're across the line. It looks like Reynoso there might have had a little bit of space ahead of Stark. I don't know if he might have been a little too far ahead. He's going a little wide. Stark definitely keeping his position, but he's getting behind Reynoso. It definitely looks like he might have had a better start out of him. Some cars, and it looks like we're bunching up there through Maggots. So far, so good. No yellow flags. Reynoso, a good lead away from Stark. Lamy definitely pursuing Stark, getting past Harrison Lynn. And I think we might have had a good turn 1 there. That's pretty surprising. The only thing I'm worried about here is Reynoso might have jumping the line there. That, or he just had a stellar start. Stark might have just been caught sleeping. So far, so good. Pretty consistent here. A couple cars going wide. As we go through Abbey. Good apexes all around. I wonder what Stark must be thinking here. He's definitely looking for a move there from Reynoso. Everybody kind of bunching up in Lamy with a somewhat of a lunge there on Stark. Looks like Stark there might have had a bit of oversteer. That might have helped Lamy out. Reynoso building a good gap away. As he goes through Brooklands. Now, something to note about Juan and that Maserati, no ABS. Yeah, it was interesting to see him in Imola, definitely looking like he was breaking 50 meters ahead of everybody else. He was definitely faster in the straights, and he's proving that here now. We're going to head and go and jump down the grid a bit. Borden looking to find the room to get past Benitez. Looks like he lost a lot of speed through Beckett's. Going a bit wide there. As we see Caetano. Looks like he got past what looks to be Abbas. Abbas looking for that comeback. As we go through Vale. Very good apex there from Caetano. Definitely touching that curb there through clip corner. Very good exit out of Abbey. Oh, and it looks like that Porsche might have gone off track there for a bit. I believe that might be Daniel Lee. Looks like he regained that position, but Smoley is not going to have that. As they fight through Brooklyn, Smoley looking like he's going to get through the inside. Lund looking for that switchback through left field. Caetano joining the fight. Smoley. There he is. Late braking down the inside through Abbey, and he spins out. Daniel Lee managed to maintain even with that oversteer. Looks like he's giving that position back, but Caetano's using that to his advantage to get through. Daniel Lee definitely fighting that back. As they go through Chapel. Daniel Lee definitely within that slipstream. Looking to get past Caetano. Is he going to make the move down to Stowe? Daniel Lee moving on to the outside. Caetano. Nice apex. As Smoley's trying to get past Caetano. Coming into the Vale chicane. Daniel Lee looking to get past on the outside, on the inside. Switching back. Looks like it's not enough. Caetano definitely keeping up. Definitely doing a good job of defending there. And it looks like Kurt Moss coming on Smoley. Looks like he's not going to have enough room there through Abbey. Daniel Lee on Caetano as they go through Village. Going a little wide there. Looks like Smoley might have come on the inside. A little bit of braking there from Daniel. He definitely saw him. Definitely trying to avoid that contact, but that's going to lose him out time there to Caetano, who looks like he's just getting a huge amount of space there as he gets away from Daniel. Smoley looking to have a look on the inside as they go through Brooklands. Definitely a lot of curve there. Daniel being very aggressive. A little bit of oversteer there in that BMW. As we come out of left field. This is a very good battle here for 8. It's definitely interesting to see Daniel fighting in the midfield as he tries to go through the outside. He's definitely sizing Caetano up. He's looking for him to mess up. There he is. Almost, but not enough. It looks like Caetano might be braking just a little more than Daniel might like. As Smoley is definitely looking to have a move as he goes through the outside of Chapel. Down the hanger straight we go. Is Smoley going to move on the inside through Stowe? He definitely has the space for it. But no, Lee blocks the door. Caetano going wide, and looks like Daniel does too. Smoley looking on the inside. Kurt Moss trying to come out. Vale chicane. And it looks like Daniel Lee has taken the lead, and Kurt Moss gets past Caetano. Greer seems to have had an accident before. Kurt Moss trying to split the two. Caetano going on the outside. We're going 3 wide here through Abbey, or Cops. Sorry, yes, Abbey. Very good racing here through Farm and Village. Moss looking to have a look at Caetano. Smoley building a good gap away from Lee, trying to catch up to Greer for P6. Kurt Moss definitely not making it easy for Caetano. As we go through Brooklands, and it looks like Mike trying to make a move on Abbas. Smoley keeping that distance to Greer. So far, very tight racing here in the midfield. And here they come down the straight into Cops. Is Smoley going to move and move up? Sorry, is he going to make a move on the outside? This is just so good. Greer going wide. As we enter Maggots and Beckett's. Smoley, not enough. Definitely Greer doing his best to hang on. Daniel Lee catching up to Smoley as they fight through Chapel. Caetano right behind them. Kurt Moss, Abbas, Mike Smith. Everybody being consistent here through Stowe as we come into Vale.
We are at the halfway mark, still a long way to go.
Reynoso currently in the lead. Stark, P2. Lynn, P3. So far, so good. Greer maintaining that spot in 7th. Smoley right behind him. Lee behind Smoley. Caetano looking to have a move. Very good there from Daniel Lee. Very fast. He's definitely catching up to Smoley as we go through Village. Good braking there through the loop. If Daniel Lee can find a lot of speed out of Aintree, he might have the fan seat going through him and through Brooklands. Definitely catching up there to Smoley. Looking to move on the inside. Oh, and we have a bit of contact there with Smoley and Greer. This might be Daniel Lee and Caetano's advantage. Daniel Lee gets on through the inside. Greer maintaining position with Caetano. Smoley losing out to both of them. The stewards, I believe, are going to have a look at that. That was, might have been a little aggressive on Smoley. Might have been too much braking there from Greer. We know he's definitely had a couple off tracks. Halfway through the race, no one's pitting Those tires are definitely worn. It's time for these guys to start readjusting their braking points, or more guys with more consistency are going to start getting through them. Daniel Lee, though, looking like he's the fastest of the bunch. As we go into Stowe, looks like Caetano looking to make a move on Greer, definitely getting closer, as Lee is definitely building up a good amount of space. It looks like Greer having a better exit there. Slight oversteer from Daniel. Defending the inside, definitely locking up there, going a little wide. Greer making a move on the outside of Club Corner. Caetano moving on the outside. A little wide there by Smoley. A bit of contact there with Caetano and Greer. That might have given Smoley enough time there to make the move, and it looks like he does, but they have contact. And it looks like Greer, we have a yellow flag there with Greer, went off track. Definitely these two guys have been racing hard. Kurt Moss there, looks like he's getting ahead of Caetano. Abbas trying to get past Kurt. We're definitely bunching up here. Kurt Moss off track as he rejoins. Abbas going down the inside, and it looks like he gives that up. Smoley and Greer definitely racing hard. As we've seen so far, there's been a couple contacts from both of them. Hard to say who was at fault there. Daniel Lee definitely in clean air now, followed by Smoley in P8. Caetano right behind. We're going to go ahead and move up to the front for a bit. Reynoso, clean air as expected. Stark behind him. Really not much here from these guys. It looks like Stark might have not had enough of pace to catch up after he lost it at the start. Harrison Lynn pretty much running his own race. Benitez, Borden, Lamy. These guys pretty much consistent this whole time around. As we head back to Daniel. Looking like Smoley trying to get past through the veil. From what we've seen from Daniel, he's been definitely aggressive through the corners, just sliding that BMW. I can imagine that his tires are slightly a little more worn out than Smoley's. However, it looks like he has enough space there. He's readjusted his braking line. A tight bit too aggressive there through Abbey. Abbas getting past Kurt. Looks like he's done it as they go through loop. Kurt trying to defend the position now from Mike. Mike looking like he's definitely gotten a lot more speed there out of Aintree. As they head into Brooklands, Mike looking like he's going to go down the inside. Decides he's going to save it. That Maserati there definitely struggling without that ABS. Warmington, Laney right behind Mike. As Moss tries to head down the inside as we go through Cops. Mike definitely closing up there on Kurt. Looks like Mike there losing a little bit of time through maggots. And we have a car ahead that just got a little bit off. Looks like that is a lapped car. Actually, that looks like Benitez dropping down. Borden and Lamy moving up. Wonder what would have happened there to Benitez. I wonder if we can get a replay here. Let's go further back. I don't think we can. Definitely holding up Caetano there as they all get past him. Everyone moving up. Reynoso there, a little bit of oversteer. With 2 minutes left and no pits, I can imagine that Maserati is definitely something tough to handle. And so far, I mean, I think this has been the most interesting fight on track here with Lee and Smoley. Smoley looking like he's going to make a move there through left field. And we have a car ahead, going pretty slow. It might be Harrison Lynn. Smoley trying to make a move here down Abbey. Not finding enough. Definitely a better exit there from Daniel. Sorry, cops, as we go in through Maggots. Daniel definitely proving he's much more aggressive there. Smoley not giving up, right behind him. And it looks like Abbas has gotten past Kurt Moss as they try to hunt down Benitez, who's looking back to get those spots as we go down into Stowe. Abbas, Moss. These guys trading positions back and forth like they're Pokemon cards. I apologize if that was too cringy. Into Vale. Abbas doing a good job of keeping Kurt away. Mike behind Moss. Smoley on the hunt for Daniel. As we go through Village. Smoley definitely catching him up there. Through the loop. Now last time, Nick here definitely found a lot of speed. He might have a go through the inside of Brooklands. Looks like he's deciding not to. Daniel there definitely going wide. Smoley might have had his move on the outside. Daniel protecting the inside with a bit of oversteer. These guys wheel to wheel as we go through left field. Looks like Smoley there with a bit of oversteer, and he loses the position now. That's a very good racing line there by Daniel. Very aggressive. Caetano making a move on Smoley. Looks like he doesn't have enough there to go through cops. As we approach the last lap, and the battle for 6 continues. Looks like Benitez trying to join the fight. Benitez had some sort of off-track event earlier. Dropped back possibly four slots. Smoley going outside through Chapel as we go down the hangar straight. It looks like he's going to make the move on the inside through Stowe. Caetano right behind, trying to take advantage of anyone going wide. Daniel Lee definitely doing a good job through the outside. Smoley. Here they come through Vale. Caetano making a move, and it wasn't enough there. Smoley looking like he's going to get on the inside. We have a bit of contact. Caetano trying to third party there. Benitez holding back. Caetano definitely looking like he has more speed there than Daniel. Smoley getting ahead of Daniel. Good defend there by Daniel. as we go through Abbey into Village. Will Smoley be able to keep up the good braking as we've seen Daniel do so far in this race? Bit of oversteer there from Smoley. Benitez having a go at Caetano. As we head down into Brooklands.
The leader has finished the race.
Benitez, not enough. Lee, a little too hard on the brakes there. Caetano looking to make a move. Smoley looks like he's won this here. As he crosses the line 6. Daniel 7th, Caetano 8, Benitez 9. It was definitely good racing from these guys, for sure. Mike Smith, P12. Warmington, 18. Am I seeing this right? Cachola? 14. I'm not sure what's going on with there, but yeah. And Greer finishing 19. Or I'm sorry, 15. That I think the timetables there are just kind of catching up. I wonder if others have left the event. But that was definitely an interesting race there. That battle for 6th was just so strong. As I believe we're going to head now into event number 2. As these are two 20-minute events. That was definitely a very good racing there. We can let's go ahead and watch Caetano. Let's watch his replay there. This might have been a little too far back there to watch. Yes, I think it was. Yeah, unfortunately, we're a little too far ahead now to go back to watch his fight there with Benitez. But yeah, it definitely sucks for Benitez losing out a lot of places there. Definitely doing his best to hang on and not get lapped by these guys. I think that might have been kind of what held up Kurt Moss there from maintaining pace with these guys, as well as with good racing there with Kurt Moss and Abbas fighting there for 10th. We're going to head and head back to the garage here as we wait for the second event to start. And yes, it looks like there will be a second event. But yeah, guys, if you're in chat, if you have anyone you're watching, just let me know. I'm going to go ahead and reshare the Discord invite link. So if you guys aren't aware, SimRacing604, Mike from YouTube, this is his server. And this is his league, and you know, it's a fun event. It's a great group of guys there. It's a very good community. So I just posted the link in chat if you guys are new and you'd like to join. I believe there are slots opening up every now and then for the GT3 and the GT4 league. So if you're quick there, I think you could get a slot and join midway. This is only the second event so far of the season. I believe we're in season 3 now, although I don't believe they're calling it that so far. I'm not too sure. But there's fun events all the time, so if you guys want to join, definitely check it out. As we wait here for event number 2 to start. I'm not too sure what the wait time is. If you guys were wondering why we weren't really watching P1 there, those guys pretty much had all the air you could imagine. Looks like the stronger battle was for 6th with Daniel Lee, Nick Smoley, and I believe his name is John Caetano. Yes, John Caetano. All right, it looks like we got 2 minutes before we get started. And it looks like it's another dry day at Silverstone. It was pretty interesting last night in the GT3 event. Lots of rain there. So I'm curious to see this time around if Stark is going to be able to correct his mistake going through the line. Looks like Reynoso definitely had a huge gap ahead of him. It's possible that Stark just was too far back. I don't think that Reynoso would have jumped the line. Now, it looks like we have lost about 10 drivers since we've started. Apologies. About 3 or 2. So far, everyone's sticking around. That's always good to see. Compared to the GT3 event last night, it's
30 seconds.
the start here was a lot cleaner. And it looks like everyone's starting their
20
engines now.
seconds. 10 seconds.
And it looks like we're off. Stark getting a good start there out of his formation. Followed by Reynoso, Harrison Lynn, Lamy, Benitez, Greer, Borden, Abbas, Moss, Smoley, Smith, Lee, Caetano, Cachola, Close, Corkle, Lamy, Warmington, Berger, Dimitri, Abbott, JW, and Smith. And behind them, Stathis, Houghton, Knudsen, Sullivan, Padden, and Proctor. Let's go ahead and let's go on board here with Benitez as we go through the formation lap. I'm going to go ahead and try to use this angle a little more as we have tighter driving. I think one of the cameras that I would definitely like more would be the rear spoiler. Not that one. I don't think that one might be available. Very nice interior there on that Alpine. Lamy a little too wide. Looks like Leonard there was teleported back to the pits. It's going to be a tough start there for him. He's going to definitely lose out a lot of time. That's something that's very difficult in ACC when it comes to the formation lap, especially when you're running this far back. It almost seems like everybody else is pretty ahead of you, and you're constantly having to brake to just get back to your position. as we see Caetano there and Carlos. And then it's just a huge rush whenever the double line comes into play. Everyone rushing and phasing through to get back into their slots as we get through left field here and we approach the start. I almost would like to just spectate the midfield. From what we saw last time, it was very interesting watching these guys race. It looks like the order has shifted a bit, unless the order just shifted that much within the first lap. As we head here through left field. It looks like we have 2 cars that'll be starting in the pit lane. And it's green.
Go, go, go.
Reynoso, same move as last time. Definitely keeping that lead away from Stark. Lamy looking like he's going to make a move there as we head into Maggots. He's already gotten past Harrison Lynn. Greer close behind. Very good racing from all these guys so far. Looks like we might have had a clean start as well. Some contact, but I think so far so good. Harrison Lynn coming down right behind Lamy as we head into Stowe. He's looking to make a move on the inside. Reynoso doing a good job there defending from Stark, and Lynn gets past Lamy as Benitez looks like he's getting past Greer. Lamy going a little wide. Reynoso maintaining his lead. Benitez not giving up on Greer as Lamy's catching up to Lynn. And it looks like we might have had there some contact through club corner. It looks like we might have had 2 cars. Reynoso there, definitely heavy on the brakes. You can tell with that Maserati having to brake a little earlier than everybody else. But that speed on the straights is definitely keeping him ahead. And it looks like these guys are kind of settling into their positions. Borden there behind Smoley. As we go through Brooklyn, Caetano looking like he's making a move. Borden closing the door. Greer going wide, allowing Benitez to get through. Borden on the outside of Smoley. It looks like Benitez there is definitely holding him up as we go outside left field. As we go 3 wide, heading into Cops. Borden going a little wide there, following Benitez. Smoley, Caetano, and Moss looking like they're going to take advantage as we enter through Beckett's. Smoley going to the inside. We're running down 2 wide as we go through Beckett's. Caetano looking like he's going to get past Borden. Benitez close behind Smoley. As we have Carlos and Mike Smith following behind. Seems to me like Caetano is definitely a lot faster than Borden, looking like he wants him to move away. As we head into Stowe, he moves down the inside. A little too much speed there as he goes 2 wide. Borden getting his position back. Into Vale. Oh, and that was definitely a penalty there. That's too bad to see from Caetano. Trying to jump that sausage curb there as they went through club corner. That's definitely going to look at by the stewards there. That's a shame. That's a shame to see. Definitely good racing from those guys, and it's I'm not sure what Caetano was thinking as he tried to rejoin there. Just that wasn't the place. Benitez looking like he has a lot of damage there. Everyone else bunching up as they get through loop, or the loop, sorry. Yeah, it's definitely tough to see. Reynoso maintaining that lead from Stark. It looks like Stark lost it to Lynn. It's a good job by Lynn there. It looked like last race he was somewhat absent. Definitely looking like he's a lot more aggressive as he tries to chase down Reynoso. David Lamy and Greer. Greer and Borden, I'm sure they're definitely happy there as they got away from the torpedo of Caetano. Looks like Smoley might have gotten too much damage from that. You could definitely see it with the suspension travel. That front end just looks like it has a lot of vibrations as he goes down the hanger straight and through Stowe. We're definitely going to go back and watch that replay. Post-race, of course, post-race. Reynoso being very consistent as usual. He definitely knows how to drive that Maserati. And kudos on the new livery, by the way. It's definitely an improvement from the light blue livery we saw at Imola. And Harrison Lynn, the new guy. Great job from him as well. These guys were very consistent through practice and quali, so sorry, I'm still thinking about that dive bomb from Caetano. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, it's I can't even think straight. That was just very good. Very good. I was too into it there. Let's go ahead and drop down the field here. It looks like compared from last race, everyone's kind of gotten a lot of space from each other. Let's go on board here with Greer as he hunts down Lamy. Lamy there, definitely going a lot through that sausage curb. Good apex there through Club Corner. As we go through Abbey. Greer looking like he's having trouble there with his braking points through Village. It looked like he didn't get any damage from that last incident, so it's just possible that those tires just might be a little too hot for him. As we move lower down the field, Benitez still on track there, being followed by Mike. Kurt catching up to Berger. I definitely feel for Smoley. It looks like he's dropped back to 17th. But this definitely gives room for more exposure to other drivers. So Let's look at the silver lining there. And let's spectate this battle here for P11. Berger hunting down Lamy, being hunted by Moss. Pretty consistent there through Cops. Good entry from Maggots into Beckett's. Kurt not making it easy there on Berger. It definitely looks like he's picking up a lot of speed as we exit through Chapel. We're going to go on board here with Kurt. Looking to have a move down the inside of Stowe. Berger definitely giving it up there. That's a great move by Moss.
Not over yet.
As Berger looks like he's going to have a fight. Trying to claim the position down through Vale. Good defend there by Kurt. Definitely being planted on the racing line. As we look like Stathis is trying to make a move on Abbott further back. Kurt definitely picking up a lot of space there from Berger. We're going to head and move down further down the field. Hopefully Ed can catch up to Kurt. Conrad defending 14th. Stathis looks like he's bridging that gap. As we head into Brooklands, he's looking like he's going to move on the inside. Abbott there definitely blocking the door. It's good defense by him. Dimitri a lot tighter there out of left field. As we head down to straight into Cops. Let's go on board with Dimitri. As he hunts down Conrad. Conrad going wide. Dimitri there. Not sure. Looked like he was lifting a bit. It's possible they both went wide. From this race, there is no mandatory pit stop, so it looks like everyone is opting not to pit since it is only a 20-minute race. But those tires are definitely costing them a lot of time. As we can see that he's lost a significant amount of time to Abbott. As Smoley pursues right behind him. Now Nick, unfortunately, losing out a lot of positions earlier through the Vale chicane. As he makes a move there. Going around the outside. Getting past Dimitri. Pardon, Stathis. Actually, his first name is Dimitri. We just have another Dimitri. And it looks like Caetano trying to get past Houghton. Now Caetano being the source of the incident. And it looks like Leonard Cachola not making it easy there for Caetano. He's definitely getting a lot of speed there as we go through Aintree. I don't think Cachola will have enough of a distance to lunge through Brooklands. But it looks like Caetano catching up to Abbas as we go through left field. Reynoso so far still in the lead, followed by Lynn, followed by Stark. Lynn and Stark fighting for second. Lamy, Greer, Borden fighting for fourth. Benitez right behind them in seventh. Mike Smith trying to defend from Carlos. As we go through Club Corner. Carlos, aka Mr. Universe, hunting down Mr. SimRacing604 as we go down Abbey. Trying to make a move down the inside through Village. Mike doing a good job there. Looks like they almost made contact, but Carlos pulled away. It seems like he might have a little more speed there than Mike. We're going to go on board with Carter. As we head into Brooklands. Not enough of a distance there for him to lunge through. Slight oversteer. Both drivers maintaining a tight line through left field. Mike just going a tad wide on exit. Will Carter be able to close the gap through Beckett's? Looks like he's getting a little bit of too much curb there. A lot of travel in the suspension. As we go into Maggots, Beckett's. It almost seems like Mike might be losing a little bit of time there. A little bit of oversteer from Mike. Carter looking like he's getting a lot of speed out of Chapel as we go down the hangar straight. It doesn't look like Carter's going to try to make a move here. As we go through Stowe. You can see there from Mike, definitely getting that back end to slide. Doing his best to keep Carter away from him. Losing a lot of speed there through Vale. Carter might have a better exit. As we go down through Abbey. Carter down the inside through Village. Here comes Mike looking to have a move. Get that position back from Carter. But it doesn't seem likely. It looks like he's definitely lost a lot of time there. Let's go on board here with Mike. As we go through Brooklands. Both of these McLarens looks like they're very heavy on the brakes. With 2 minutes left in the race, it's possible these tires just don't have any life left in them. A little bit of oversteer there from Mike. As he has some pressure from Warmington right behind them in 10th. As we head through Cops. Mike definitely doing his best to keep a tight line through there. Warmington catching up as we approach Maggots. There we go. Carter losing it out, going a little wide, causing Mike to have somewhat of steering issues there. It looks like Mike's going to have a better exit out of Chapel as we head down the hangar straight. Here it comes. Where's he going to defend? Mike moving on the outside. Mike round the outside through Stowe, and it looks like he's getting past Carter. Warmington right behind. As we go in through Vale, Warmington looks like he's going to go down the inside of Carter. Warmington getting past. Can they keep it tight through club corner? Mr. Universe doing his best to keep that position, but it looks like he's losing it out to Warmington. As we head into Abbey, it looks like Warmington's going to make a move on Mike. He's decided it's not the best position. He might make it coming through Village. Going past Farm. Mike proving why he's SimRacing604. Doing a good job there of defending. It looks like Warmington must have lost a lot of time there. Oh, and they made contact with Kurt. Warmington, a lot of oversteer. Let's go ahead and watch what happened there. We were following close here when they were exiting club corner. Warmington was definitely doing his best. Definitely looked like he had a lot more pace than Mike, but he was just waiting for his chance to make a move. I wonder if he might have had some sort of contact there with Carter as they went through Village. Through the loop. Oh, and it looks like Carter there definitely was too aggressive. Kurt Moss trying to take advantage of that as they went through Aintree, and they just both just fighting for the line. That's a shame there. Unfortunately, it looks like the incident started there with Carter and Warmington, and Moss trying to take advantage of that, just couldn't stay on. As we head into the last lap, it looks like Lynn and Stark have traded positions. I'm sorry, that's a back marker. They were getting past. Lynn definitely catching up to Reynoso. Will he be close enough to steal it away from him on the last lap? As we head into Brooklands, a lot of oversteer from the Maserati. Into left field. Will Harrison be able to pull out? And it doesn't seem likely. It looks like this is another P1 there for Reynoso as we see the checkered flag. Well done. Juan Reynoso, first place. Harrison Lynn coming in second. Adam Stark, third. David Lamy, P4. Christopher Greer, P5. Robin Borden, P6. Aiden Benitez, P7. And here he comes. Mr. SimRacing604, Mike Smith, P8. And across the line he goes. Well done there by Mike. We definitely have a lot of cars in the pits this time around. Mr. Universe crossing the line in 14th. Warmington ahead of him. Caetano, Smoley, Berger, Laney. In reverse order, of course. We are going to go ahead and save this replay before it ends. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to watch the incident that occurred with Lamy. I'm sorry, with Caetano, number 15. This was a pretty big incident, and it might have cost a couple drivers their race. I don't quite. It looks like he already has damage here. I don't remember how early in the race it was. All right, I think this is where it was. So all these guys, we were seeing a tight fight from them. And it looks like Caetano, through Stowe, was just too wide. And I don't know why, but he chose to go through the sausage curb from Vale. Definitely a tight battle here. As we're just going to go ahead and just return to the replay. Sorry, we just had to exit there real quick. Okay, return to Caetano. I might be going in the wrong direction. I'm looking for 15th, and it looks like this was the accident that I was trying to find. I need to go back a little earlier here. So here it is. Yep. We're going to find out if that was on purpose there. So we go through Vale. Or sorry, Stowe. We're going to change cameras. And Caetano definitely going wide here. We've reduced the speed. So at this point, it doesn't look like he's returning on track. He's staying in the grass for some reason. Oh, pardon. Here, this is the part that I'm talking about coming in through Vale. All right. So from what it looks like is he just had too much speed, and his braking, I think, is what's gonna throw him into here. I don't think he intentionally meant to cut. So yeah, he's strong on the brakes, trying to get around Kurt. Kurt moving in on the inside line, trying to get past Borden. And it's possible that he just locked up too much understeer there. He just wasn't able to do anything about it. Yeah, this wasn't intentional. He was hard on the brakes. He locked up. He was trying to avoid Kurt. Okay, I don't know why it's doing this.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Oh, I think it's because we're still in the event. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and just quit real quick. And we're gonna go back into the replay. So from what it looks like, Kurt wasn't intentional. And also this is last night's race. Did I save the replay? Oh, I might have made a mistake. Yes, I think I made a mistake. Unfortunately, I did. I didn't save it. I just went into the replay, but I didn't save it. Okay, but I think we saw enough there. Yeah, he rejoined the track. He had a lot of speed. He locked up trying to avoid Kurt, who was already moving to the inside to get past Borden through Vale. And Caetano just had a lot of understeer and brakes were locked. So he had nowhere else to go. He hits the grass. He just slides, goes past the sausage curbs, and just flies straight into Smoley. So I'm not sure what the stewards are going to have to say there, but it looked like he didn't have any control. It wasn't intentional. It was a racing incident. Smoley was just the wrong place, unfortunately. However, you could say that he could have, like in the comments, he could have taken evasive action to the outside. It seemed like he knew he didn't have enough distance to Kurt, and so he was trying to clear him while still gain a position. It's just, we'll see what happens there. But anyways, guys, this has been our coverage of Silverstone for SimRacing604's GT4 League. I'm going to go ahead and post the Discord invite one more time in chat. If you guys aren't familiar with Mike, aka SimRacing604, check him out on YouTube. Definitely a top sim racing YouTuber. Very good content, consistent all the time. So I'd recommend watching, subscribing, and join the Discord. It's a great community. It's a great group of guys, and there's events constantly. And I believe there's still spots open in the league, and if there aren't, there's rules for drivers who are absent, as well with penalties. So definitely consider joining there, and say hi once you're in there. So, anyways, that's it for me, and we'll see you guys next week, Wednesday, 8 o'clock for free practice again. And hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See ya.